Hey trainers, the Little Jungle Cup starts this week, which is a brand new addition to the Go Battle League. It's seemingly a fusion of both the Great League and the Little Cup, which also only allows specific types of Pokémon. It's a pretty unique cup, so today we're going to talk about some of the key Pokémon you can use to succeed, so let's get into it. Welcome back trainers! So the Little Jungle Cup will be our third Little Cup format in the GBL. The Little Cup has traditionally been restricted to Pokemon who cannot exceed 500 combat power and are first stage evolutions that can evolve. This meant that Pokemon like Vulpix could compete, whereas Ninetales couldn't. It also meant Pokemon that were single stage lines like Stunfisk weren't allowed either. However, the Little Jungle Cup is switching things up. Niantic has stated that pretty much any Pokemon, evolved or not, can participate in this cup, with Shuckle and Smeargle being the only two exceptions. This means that Pokemon like Stunfisk and Altaria are allowed, for better or for worse. The only restrictions for this cup are the 500 combat power cap, and all the Pokemon must have either a normal, grass, electric, poison, ground, flying, bug, or dark typing. So who will rise to the top of the meta in the Little Jungle Cup? Well, for this meta discussion, we'll divide the cup into 3 sections. We'll start off with first stage Pokemon, then we'll move into evolved Pokemon, and finally, we'll wrap things up with the single stage lines. Starting off with the first stage evolutions, many of these picks were favorable options in both the original Little Cup and the Element Cup. Cottony, Shelmet, Ducklet, Dino, Wooper, and Stunky are all great choices for this cup, and if you have them from the previous Little Cups, you can definitely save some Stardust by using them. With the recent poison buffs last season, Skorupi, Venonat, and Nidoran Female are now more viable options in this cup, along with future Little Cup variants. And of course, Little Cup picks like Dino and Cottony will succeed because of their powerful charged moves, so without a doubt, they're going to be powerhouses in this cup. Next up, let's talk about some of the evolved Pokemon that'll perform well in this cup. Great League contenders like Wigglytuff, Altaria, Scrafty, and Steelix will be very powerful. Steelix resists most types allowed in this cup, so unless you have a water or ground type attack, good luck bringing this behemoth down. Wigglytuff is also a good entry, having the incredibly powerful charm attack and a decent amount of bulk. That being said, it might be a good idea to have a poison type on your team in the event you come face to face with this bulky fairy type. Speaking of bulky Pokemon, Chansey will be an absolute monster in this cup. With perfect stats at level 50, Chansey would just cap off before the Great League power limit, though it's pretty difficult to get a level 50 perfect Chansey. As for this cup, Chansey will be much more prevalent because it only needs to be around 500 combat power, which is a lot easier to accomplish. Chansey is going to be a freaking tank in this cup, so you're going to need either a steel type Pokemon or fighting type moves to take it down. Watch out for this bulky Pokemon. Rounding out the Little Jungle meta, let's talk about single stage Pokemon. Like the evolved forms we talked about previously, these Pokemon weren't allowed in Little Cups. Now, Pokemon like Galarian Stunfisk, Skarmory, Aerodactyl, Tropius, and even Pikachu Libre will be able to shine in this cup. While I'm personally not too excited to see Skarmory and Stunfisk play another cup, I think it's really cool to see Pikachu Libre make its GBL debut. Maybe it's time to dust mine off and electrify the battlefield. As for the other Pokemon I mentioned, Aerodactyl and Tropius will make use of their powerful fast moves, while Skarmory and Stunfisk will excel with their bulky stats and great typings. In summary, there's a lot of great options to use in this cup. I'm really excited to see a new Little Cup format in the GBL. I find them to be a lot more unique compared to the original 3 leagues. Now before we end for the day, I want to suggest a few sample teams that include some of the Pokemon we've talked about. Having the right Pokemon isn't always enough, so it's important to know who works well together on a team. For our first team, we have Cottony, Galarian Stunfisk, and Ducklet. Look, I get it. I know I said I was tired of Stunfisk, but I think this strong team is still worth mentioning. It essentially takes the best Pokemon from the Open Little Cup, Great League, and Element Cup and puts them together in one team. Cottony's charm attack makes for a great lead, and Stunfisk and Ducklet can often cover its poison and fire weaknesses. That's a pretty solid team. Another team you can use is Skarmory, Scrafty, and Cottony. Even if it's hard to get a Scrafty below 500 combat power, I still think it's worth using if you have access to one. Skarmory is a bulky lead and can definitely pack a punch with its charged moves, but it does still lose to Pokemon like Dino, Galarian Stunfisk, and Pyroar. Scrafty is a solid coverage Pokemon and can burn through shields using Power-Up Punch. And even though Cottony is not leading the team, it's still a solid Pokemon to have in the back. The final team we'll discuss sports Wigglytuff, Swampert, and Skorupi. Wigglytuff is the powerhouse of your team, while Swampert and Skorupi cover Wigglytuff's weaknesses. Skorupi and Swampert perform in the same way, just with different typings for different scenarios. Skorupi will exceed against grass types, and Swampert will succeed against ground types. So what did you think of our choices, and what Pokemon will you be using on your team for this new format? Be sure to let me know down in the comments, and if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. With the return of the Halloween Cup in October, we'll be doing another GBL analysis soon. Since last year's event, there have been a ton of move updates and new Pokemon added to the game. We can't wait to make some spooky related content for you guys soon, so until then, thank you all so much for watching, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care.